Now, example 6 gets us into the idea of letters raised to powers when the letter has a specific value. Now, this tends to mess people up, so pay close attention to this, because if we do it correctly today and use good practice throughout, we're not going to get to a point where we get messed up on these, and hopefully that doesn't happen. Every year, though, it happens to some students. They'll get these wrong a lot. Okay, so pay close attention. Just earlier when I was talking about powers, how many things do powers affect? Just one, right? Just the one thing, right? So if A is being raised to the second power, what's being raised to the second power is A, right? What's being raised to the second power is A, right? All right. What is A?
Negative 2.
A is negative 2. A is not just 2, but it's negative 2. All right. So when I go to substitute in for A, and A is being squared, I've got to put both the minus and the 2 inside of parentheses raised to the second power, because when it says A is raised to the second power, its sign and its value are both being raised to that power. If you don't put the parentheses there, you're only raising 2 to the power, you're going to get the wrong answer. So be very careful with that. Negative 2 times negative 2 is equal to positive 4. Now, taking a look at this, what's being raised to the second power on the second one?
Negative. I mean A too.
Just A, right? A is being raised to the second power. The minus sign is not being raised to the second power. All right? Now, if I were to write this out correctly, the minus sign is right here, and I'm taking A to the second power. What does A equal?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. So notice, A is equal to negative 2. This minus sign comes from the fact that that's what A equals. This other minus sign was in the problem. And again, the way powers work is that power affects one object only, A, but A is actually 2 pieces, so you put parentheses around A to represent that both pieces are being squared. So if I were to translate this into what it truly means, the minus sign is out here. It's being multiplied by negative 2 and negative 2. 1, 2, 3 minuses makes a negative. 2 times 2 is 4. All right? Next one down. What's being raised to the third power?
Negative 2. Or no, 2.
A, right? A. All right, Amber's getting ahead of us a little bit here. A is being raised to the third power. The minus sign, again, is not being raised to the third power. Okay, so if I were to write this out correctly, the minus sign is there. A is to the third power, and A, again, is equal to negative 2. So what I have here is the negative being multiplied by negative 2, negative 2, negative 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 minuses makes a plus. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. The plus is optional. I usually don't write pluses on my answers. All right? So again, use your brain a little bit. Think through a little bit before you just start slopping down numbers. Think through what's being raised to the power before you do this. And the last one, what's being raised to the third power?
8. Negative 8.
Negative 8 this time. Notice the minus sign and A are both in the parentheses, so the third power is affecting not just the A, but also the minus sign. So to do this problem, and this is going to happen a lot where you have a negative letter, I know that A is equal to negative 2, right?
You got negative 2.
So negative A would be the opposite sign, which would be positive 2. So if you can establish what negative A looks like, you can change this thing into that thing. So this actually means 2 cubed. All right, so anytime you see minus letter, if you know what letter equals, minus letter is just the opposite sign number. Minus A is the same as 2. Minus A is being raised to the third, so 2 is being raised to the third. 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8. All right, so again, ask yourself the question before you start dealing with powers, what's being raised to the power, and make sure that it gets done properly. If a letter is being raised to a power, make sure both the sign and the number the letter represents get raised to that power by using parentheses on the substitution.